Alright, so I wanted to do a quick review of the Once and Future King. I just got it in the mail today, and I have all three color variants. So I'll be looking at all three of them. I'm going to say straight off the top that I think the green one is definitely the best one, in my opinion. So if you only have enough money for one, my recommendation would be get the green one. I'd also maybe suggest to get the base. I didn't actually get the base. I chose to just get all three of the color variants. Kind of wish I did get the base on the green one, just because I think it'd be quite a bit nicer or better with the base. I put it next to the Giganotosaurus actually for just a quick size comparison, because this is actually the heaviest Nanmu dinosaur figure I think there is. It is heavier than the Giganotosaurus, and it's actually maybe a bit larger, and I'm going to prove that now. While the Giganotosaurus does stand taller for sure to the T-Rex, but if we look at both the length and the width of each dinosaur, you can kind of see, and actually the T-Rex is a bit bigger. So from tail end to tail end, both the Gig and the T-Rex both have their tails at the very end at the same distance, yet the T-Rex head actually is further forward by quite a bit than the Giganotosaurus. I would actually measure it, but I'm using my phone to record the video, so it's a little bit hard to measure the length. I could try here. It's well over a foot though. It is well over a foot. So, my guess is it would probably be about, I don't know, almost 16 inches in length. For the height, so it's just about at that six inch range, or about 15 centimeters. It is a super heavy figure, as I mentioned. And it is probably my favorite Nanmu figure to date. I have a special place in my heart for the Buck T-Rex from the Lost World series, and I feel like they did it a good amount of justice. It is a very, very good sculpt, I would say. Taking a little bit closer look at the sculpt. So it has gotten a little bit of slack for the eyebrow ridges. There's quite a thick eyebrow ridge and nose ridges that not quite sure if that's perfectly movie accurate. The snout's also quite a bit smaller. There's some debate as to whether the male had a smaller kind of face or if it was a bit longer than the female. This definitely captures the very thick neck, though, of the Buck T-Rex. It definitely has that dimorphism of being a thicker, bigger kind of dinosaur. For the female, just to kind of compare the two, sorry for my bad camera angles. As mentioned, I'm doing this with my phone here. I have quite a bit of dinosaurs littering the background too. Just wanted to be able to size this up to a few of them. And you can just see how, again, kind of next to the female, how thick the male is, and again, just getting above it. It's a thick thick model for sure. And again, it's the heaviest Nanmu figure to date. I would say if it was standing up on its legs like the female, it would probably look like it dwarfed the female, but it's in a little bit more of a crouching kind of position. As far as the paint application goes, this is, I mean, it is really phenomenal. There's a lot of different colors here. I'll see if I can get it better in the light. But there's a lot of different shades of green that were used throughout the body. Yellows. I mean, they did a really awesome job. The teeth look amazing. The eye. They did a really good job with the yellow and then kind of like the red, like veins. It's an amazing looking eye. Overall, I mean, I have very little as far as complaints regarding the figure. There are some things that if you look close enough, on close inspection, you'll see some imperfections, and I'll actually make note of some right now. The hip, where the leg meets the body, there's this spot, at least on my T-Rex, where there was like no coloring done there. And it is quite noticeable even at a distance. Now, the further you get, the less noticeable it is. But on almost all Nanmu figures up to this point, it was almost like you couldn't find one drop of problem when it came to your figure. They were all painted very